Want to say to all of our leaders out there who've joined us, hey, let's rise and shine together, champions. I want to welcome you to another powerful Monday morning. And I want to take just a moment, of course, to really honor everyone who has joined us from across the country this morning. I know we have, of course, our dedicated leaders, our passionate distributors, and future trailblazers. For those of you who might have just joined us for the very first time, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. Your commitment, your energy, all of that fuels the heartbeat of this movement. And as always, we love to start with our mission. And here at Akana, we believe health, wealth, freedom, and legacy are our birthright. By offering the most life-changing products and an innovative business, we empower people to elevate to their full potential. And never forget, Akana means in the hands of God. That is our foundation and our covering. Everything we build is rooted in divine purpose. And so there's a few updates that I want to talk about this morning. I'm always grateful and thankful to hear from our leadership team. And, they meet every Friday. And there were a few questions that we wanted to make sure as we clarify them, we clarify those for everyone. And I want to first just kick it off with our Super Saturday strategy, okay? And so we actually have began, and this started a few months ago, a monthly Super Saturday that we were titling the Battle of the Blood Types, right? Well, we have just a slight way we're going to refine that message. We want to do that monthly, but we also want to focus on a quarterly event that we really get it back to the same mentality that we had the first time we did the Battle of the Blood Types, where we had hundreds of people there. And so we don't want to lose sight of that strategy and water that event down. So we're actually bringing back that energy, which is why we've been so focused on November the 1st, because we really want to have a weekend full of excitement, full of leadership, and really something that can impact the entire community and get hundreds of people out. But in the meantime, we want to really give you guys a platform in which to get together monthly for those who are really out there actively pushing during this 90-day blitz and who continue to push all year long. And so our Super Saturdays will actually kick off the first Saturday of every single month, just to kind of make it easy, make it clear, so you can go ahead and mark your calendar. If it is a weekend in which the holiday actually falls that weekend, let's say if the holiday falls, and we know people tend to travel during holiday weekends, or if the holiday is on a Thursday, because it could be the week of like Thanksgiving or Christmas, but if it's that weekend and where there's a holiday, just know that's going to require a special announcement as far as if we're going to still have it, or if maybe we push it back to the second Saturday of the month, okay? But just know that if it's a first Saturday and it doesn't fall on a holiday, that meeting is going to be on the calendar, and that calendar is something that will be available for every single Ruby. I know right now the leadership team is working on a calendar, so that way you don't have to have any confusion. You can just look at that calendar and know, hey, guess what? We are having an event. And so just to kind of share the new vision for the smaller Super Saturdays, right, where it's going to happen every month, we actually are moving that to our new location, okay? So we have 411, of course, that's our headquarters, but then we also now have our event space that's at the 405 East 35th, which is right next door, okay? Now, the Wednesday events, the BioScan events, will continue to be held at the Akana headquarters, right upstairs, but this Super Saturday, everything regarding, official meetings like that, where we do expect 20, 30, 40, and then sometimes hundreds of people, really need to be down in that space because we don't want to disrupt the spa space, right? And so a couple of things that will happen with those Super Saturdays, we're going to really start to make those a little bit more formal, okay? We do want to see more participation from our distributors. And so we are starting to implement, and this will kick off on October the 5th, the very next one, a $5 meeting fee for distributors. And that really helps to build some consistency so we can actually start having more formalities. And so if you are really super, interested in being a part of a focus team that really helps to facilitate those Super Saturdays as it relates to guest registration, ensuring that we always have samples for our guests. That would be great. And so I'm really challenging our Ruby Roundtable to really, figure out a few leaders. And so that'll be something we'll be announcing soon, because we will have a committee that really is focused on ensuring just all of those events run so smooth. And I do want to thank those of you who every single time we've had those, you've not only showed up, you've showed out, and some of you come super early, okay, which is important, because we know that this particular season, there's going to be a lot of things happening inside of corporate. I know we have some of our staff, some of our key staff traveling. Tracy Bolton, oh my goodness, she's got some exciting adventures coming up. She's going to be on like a 10-day cruise, and then she's going to South Africa, okay? How cool is that? And so because we know that holiday times also tend to be a more skeleton staff crew, it's just going to be great to have support from all focus distributors who are super excited with seeing these events be a win-win for everyone. So I would love your ideas, love your energy, love your thoughts. Let's collaborate, let's work together so that we can pack the house, okay? And so just know, again, that's happening every single Saturday. And the time for the mini events, we're shifting the time slightly. And so the super mini events are going to happen a little earlier. So that's going to really go from like 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. And then when we do the quarterly events, those are the ones we're going to do a little bit later, just because we want to make sure we really have an opportunity, again, to really bring a lot of people together from all across the country. And so to clarify, the one that's going to happen on November the 1st, that's going to be considered one we're hosting more of a quarterly. Now, when we say quarterly, it might not be exactly every 3 months, because we do want to also be strategic where we do another one in, let's say, April, because we know April it's a great time for us to come together. And that, instead of calling it really a quarterly Super Saturday, that will be more tailored to the fact that it's also our anniversary. Just think about it. We're going to be celebrating 7 years in April. So we really want to do something epic in the month of April. And so that's why the scheduling is going to be so critical for you. And I do appreciate the Rubies coming together, really asking for more of a schedule that goes out for a longer period of time so that we can all properly schedule our time and know exactly what's coming up. And I just think that's a great, great suggestion. And we are super excited to really lay out that kind of calendar so that we can look ahead to the future and know exactly what's in front of us, okay? And so want to just now go a little bit back to the kickoff for November the 1st, because this, again, if you're hearing my voice and you're from out of state, this is really a call not just to Chicago, but it's a call to Florida, South Carolina, Texas, California, New York, right? We're calling all of our leaders. We're calling Indiana. We want everyone to really participate at least 2 to 3 to 4 times a year with us, so that we can really have an opportunity to come together. For the Rubies that are in town, we'll have special meetings. We'll call that, again, the Ruby Roundtable, so that we not just, meet on the phone, right? But we want to get together in person so that we can really have a chance to synergize and really create that culture that we know has been such an instrumental part of our business. Now, with the one on November the 1st, some important things to go over, and this includes some of the information we've already sent out to the Rubies. But on Friday night, yeah, that is Halloween. So if you're celebrating with your kids or doing something special that night, we get it. But that night we really are using for setup and preparation, because we know anytime we do something big, it just takes a lot of hands on deck. And I don't want to, again, put it all on 1 or 2 people. We really want to spread out that work so that we can have a super successful event on November the 1st. But that night we will have some refreshments. We will have some light, hors d'oeuvres, so that we can really have fun and also celebrate together while we're working and preparing for November the 1st. On Saturday, we encourage our leaders, when we have these big events, to come early. When you come on time, whenever there's a big event, you're late, okay? So you want to be there before the guests are in their seats. And so, we prepare Friday night, but on Saturday, we're going to actually encourage people to come as early as 9 in the morning, okay, and stay at least till 5. But the public event for the November the 1st is going to be from 12 to 4. That means that's the window of opportunity for all your guests and for the distributors that might not be participating in the battle itself, okay? And so this is, again, a community affair. We envision and we're now working on chefs who are going to actually have blood type food samples, okay? We're going to have samples of our purely plant coffee, our flat belly fuel. We're going to have swag bags. It's going to be a Halloween theme, okay, and more. And then on Sunday, we have our Ruby Roundtable Leadership Meeting. Now, this particular meeting is going to actually take place at Strikes and Bites, okay? Strikes and Bites. So if you haven't heard about what that is the bowling alley that Bishop Dan and his daughter have invested in. They purchased that, so it's owned by our very own. And so we want to show up and show out as a community. But first, we're going to host a very special meeting at this bowling alley. And during this special meeting, what I'm so excited about is we've really tailored this around our Ruby Roundtable, okay? And so from 9 in the morning to 12 o'clock, we're having this roundtable, but it's going to be powered by Bishop Dan and Minister Mooney, leading us in a prosperity and purpose prayer circle, okay? And so this is going to be, again, an exciting time to fellowship. They're even preparing a very special breakfast. So the breakfast for all Rubies and above will be there included. And again, this is a private event from 9 to 12. It's only for those who are part of our Ruby Round Table. Now, we do have an event at the same location, and this is out in Lansing, Illinois. Okay, so Strikes and Bites, if you haven't heard yet, we've got a lot of flyers circulating for other events that Dan's done, but this is out in Lansing, Illinois. But the general public can join us from 2 to 5, okay? So that's where you can invite all your team, you can invite your family, you can invite your church community to join you after church. They can come out and fellowship with us there at this phenomenal bowling alley. And so Dan's put together some awesome packages where people can get a 2-hour bowl for as little as $20. That includes shoes as well. And so I just know this is going to be so much fun, and we really want to show up. We want to show out. And again, I am encouraging every person on this line who can hear my voice, be prepared to be there with us. And that's going to be on Sunday, November the 2nd. So this is the final day of our awesome weekend that we're having together. And so again, super excited. Let's just show the nation what a kind of excellence looks like. Okay, we're going to take lots of pictures. It'll be great social media opportunities for us to really, again, get together and fellowship. Now, I do want to backtrack because I don't think I mentioned that Saturday, there will be an Eventbrite link that you can actually start to register for now, okay? And so that means your guests can go on, secure their RSVP. Now, there is a $10 entry fee for everyone participating that day, except people that are a part of the actual blood type teams that are there to actually do the blood types, do some of the vending stations, right? If you're a part of that team, there's no fee for you, but for anyone that's coming to participate in the samples, in the swag bags, and all of the different things we're doing, we're going to have even educational workshops. So it's going to just be a full day that's going to be worth every single penny. I know last time we did it for $5, and that worked really, really well. At that one, we actually then sold $2 tickets for. With this particular one, the focus isn't the food, right? The hook is going to be food and samples. And for those who are participating on that level, they will have an opportunity to showcase their restaurant or their catering business. But the focus really is for us to get lots of people there to help the community learn their blood type, okay? For us to really showcase our products and to kick off that weekend in such a huge fashion, guys. In fact, we envision tens of thousands of dollars of sales. I can see people that weekend hitting pearl, hitting sapphire, laying your foundation for ruby, for emerald, for diamond, for double diamond. It really sets the precedent for your business so that you can really have an explosive run as you're heading towards the biggest shopping season of the year, which is Black Friday, okay? And so super excited about that. And again, we're going to have more details that will be provided to the Ruby Roundtable. So get with your upline leader, and they're going to be able to share with you more and more. And then you'll see on Facebook some of the items drop, like the Eventbrite, okay? Also, too, a special update regarding our full body reset starting this week on Tuesday. Tuesday call for the full body reset is really about the certified wellness coaches stepping up to the plate. And then on Thursdays, it's really our doctor's edition. We want to just thank Dr. Betty because she has been holding down both Tuesday and Thursday. But this Tuesday, we're actually going to kick it off by really spotlighting some of our certified wellness coaches, and we're going to do that through an 8-week special edition that's going to be designed around the book, The Proverbs Diet. So we have a lot of phenomenal nuggets, some information regarding diabetes, heart disease. It's going to be a really great opportunity for those of you who've ever purchased, whether it's the upgrade, whether you've purchased the big coaching package, whatever package, you're going to want to make sure you're packing it out and getting on. So we're going to send some email blast out so it will remind you of who's eligible to get on this call. If you're not eligible to get on the call, guys, guess what? Get yourself eligible. It's simple to do that. All you need to do is go to your very own website and hit the upgrade button. The upgrade button will now give you invites to this very powerful call that's worth every single penny and more. And then also, too, it will give you eligibility to jump on our doctor's edition, and you don't want to miss the Thursday night call. I mean, oh my goodness, Dr. Betty always brings it. Just such a wealth of knowledge. I mean, just a treasure in our community, and we just need to make sure we're all taking advantage of her phenomenal nuggets and wisdom. And she also brings up other specialists as well, whether it's some of our registered nurses, some of our naturopaths, or some of our MDs. You just don't want to miss these phenomenal opportunities to really take your health education to the next level. And what we're going to do, like we've done before, we're going to have a community call once a month that's really open for everyone. So if you're feeling left out, like, hey, I want to participate, but I'm not qualified, well, don't worry. There will be a call once a month, and that call will go over some phenomenal nuggets. So you're going to learn a lot about how to take your health to the next level, but it will also be an invite to show you how you can join. So at the end of the call, there will be a call to action. And so stay tuned for the very next call we're going to offer, but it will be a free opportunity once a month for you to pack it out with all your guests, everyone who you want to hear from, the doctors, to hear from our certified wellness coaches. And so I'm super excited about the very next one happening this month, okay? And so, in fact, on the call tomorrow night, we'll announce when that special invite call will happen, and then we're going to drop it right inside of our Facebook group, the Full Body Reset 360. Now, I do have a few corporate updates as well. We are here at the deadline for our founders payouts, right? And so just know the team's been working around the clock to finalize that. So super excited about that. At Ruby's, I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. So hopefully you've shared that exciting information with your team. And again, there's just more updates coming as we prepare for this holiday season, as we prepare for Black Friday. We just want everyone to know it's time to stay focused, stay fired up, because this is definitely our season to rise. And, and as always, when I am on this call, this is a year more than ever. I know we need to really stay focused because we do know what's at stake. As we've traveled this country and we've done these vending shows, we've had a chance to hit city after city, and that's going to get bigger and bigger. We've seen our booth be the number one most busiest booth. We see how many people don't know their blood type, or the advantages of once they know their blood type. And so there's so many opportunities right in front of you, and all you got to do is just start getting busy, getting plugged in. It starts with really the first step. There's so many vending opportunities, even in your own city, that many people just aren't taking advantage of. And if nothing else, just start it at your home, right? Do a party, do something like Team Contagious did when they literally had a phenomenal showcase. And one of their distributors, who's a Ruby, also that month went silver. I mean, over 1,000 in CV just by having a party, guys. That's just the power of really what we have. And so our 2025 vision is clear. In fact, it is crystal clear, okay? Health, wealth, freedom, and legacy for every life we touch. We are moving forward. We are not looking back. We're going to see you at the top, the very top, the tip top. Make sure you join all of these special events happening right in front of us, whether it's the hair call today, the Diamond Factory tomorrow. And with that being said, I want each and every one of you to have an Akana day.